Eazy-E. We're going to talk about Eazy-E and Jurassic 5. If you see any cuts in this video, it's just because I pressed pause so I can go to where I need to go to, and then I'll start recording again. That is Eazy-E, and that is Jada Pinkett Smith. You see how they're almost the same size? And just so you can see it, rapper Eazy-E and Jada Pinkett. That was them two together. They're both pretty much the same height, right? This is Tupac, and that's Jada. A lot taller, right? I'm going to show you a video of them together just in case you think it's something that just, I don't know, with the way they took the picture, just to see a video of what they look like next to each other. A Different World, Tupac Shakur, episode 4 and 6. See how tall he is compared to her? You seen how short Jada was, and I showed you the first one where her and Eazy-E were standing next to each other, and you see Tupac, Tretch, and Eazy-E are looking at each other. Tupac has to look down on Eazy-E, not in a bad way, but he's shorter than Pac. So it's gonna bring me to my next little clip or information or evidence or whatever you want to call it. Now I just started this just so I can show what it says at the bottom. Now this is Jurassic 5 group. I got this in the video that I had made. But if you see Mark 7 right here, see how tall he is compared to Akil, Tupac. And people said that that's Eazy-E, but Pac has to look down on Eazy-E. And then if you notice that everybody's height is kind of relevant to each other, proportionate to each other, however you want to call that. And if you notice the heights, certain people can't just appear to be taller like that, from Eazy-E being as short as he was to being this tall and then towering over Tupac. And I don't really usually do the height thing, but that's for the individual compared to other people. You notice a big difference. You see Gaddafi, aka Charlie Tuna, is tall. He's always been tall. Gaddafi was a tall one. He was taller than Pac. Pac and Gaddafi are brothers. And Fatal, that's their boy, brother, whatever you want to call him. And then Biggie, they were all friends. I am showing this because of Fatal. You see how his let's see how this little line right here, he has a long face, and then he has kind of like a big mouth, and you see Pac is slightly shorter than he is, but he's taller than Pac. Pac doesn't have to look down, he has to look up at Fatal. Now I showed you Fatal just to show how long his face is, and this is Mark 7. You see how his mouth is kind of big? Then you look at his, it's like real small. He doesn't have that long face. Eazy has a small head, and Fatal has a long head and big mouth with that the long mouth area, like the cheek to the chin, very long. That's Fatal, not Eazy. But I do want to say, the person who made this video, subscribe to them, show them props for, at least trying to show you that, that was his opinion. But I'm just making this to show that that's not the same person. Pac is taller than Fatal. I mean, not taller than Fatal, taller than Eazy. Eazy didn't just grow that big. And I'm showing this so you can kind of see they're like not too far off in height. Like, as you see, the last photo I showed was this, where it seems like he's super tall. I mean, like, he's way taller in this, but he's really not. He's kind of like standing with his legs spread a little bit, so it makes you look a little shorter. If he stood straight up, he'd be closer, but still shorter than Mark 7, aka Hussein Fatal, or Fatal Hussein, however he wanted to say it. But, and you see how big Charlie Tuna is. All Akil is doing is just standing with his legs spread a little bit, so he's not so tall. He's kind of shortened. So this is another image that I used when I did my video. But you kind of see that Pac and Fatal are almost the same height, but Pac's still shorter by a little bit. But if you look down at Gaddafi, that's a big dude. He's not little. Young on there, but not little. That is Akil, Charlie Tuna, and Mark 7. They were close. Now, there's a little bit of information I wanted to talk about. So what I was saying was, I was going to talk about some information that I just wanted people to think about. With the whole people saying that Mark 7 is Eazy-E. I mean, they do resemble, but that's not who it is. That's Fatal. For one, Eazy-E was Tupac's friend, but they were not like that close. to where they were going to be doing that type of thing, that type of group. Eazy-E was not a rapper. He rapped, yes, but he wasn't a rapper. Ice Cube wrote his music, and they forced him to do the music. He didn't want to do that. Then, as time went by, he really didn't want to do it. He just wanted to do the management thing. That's where Bone Thugs and Harmony came from. It's because he signed and discovered or whatever Bone Thugs, so he could sit back and just make money off of them and manage them and make sure they were good. He didn't want to rap, so he knew he wasn't going back to a group to rap. He did that so he can go and just relax. He wasn't trying to be a rapper. That wasn't his thing. He was more streets. He wanted to be a rap mogul. All he wanted to do was just sign people, make money that way. He couldn't freestyle, so Mark 7 can freestyle. Hussein Fatal, freestyle. Both actually rap. They were Gaddafi, Fatal, and Pac were the best rappers in the group. And supposedly they faked their death so they can go to Jurassic 5 and do their music over there as like a powerful group, but not letting people know that that's who they were. So they stuck together because Pac and Gaddafi are brothers. People say half brothers. I don't believe in half brothers and sisters. You're either brother and sister or you're not. But yeah, that's how I see it. Those three stuck together. They faked their death to go join that group. Then Biggie was in there, and Pac and Big were best of friends. They did everything together. You seen pictures, and if you say Pac, you see Biggie. You say Biggie, you see Pac. The names are next to each other. People, when they talk about them, that's what they say. Pac and Big, Big and Pac. And that's why they decided to do that group, to kind of get away from the mainstream and do like the underground type thing. But that's the group. It's not Eazy-E. It could work, but it's not. It sounds good. It's not who that is. Eazy-E didn't get that tall within a couple of years to tower over Pac. So just had to make this and show you a couple pictures, and if you needed to, you can go look up all that stuff yourself. You don't have to go by the stuff I showed you. Find the images so you know I didn't edit anything. The only thing I did was press pause while I was recording to get to where I had to go and then start recording again. So, all right. Peace.